I can make dog shit look like ice cream, but I can't make it taste good. You heard me. What does that even mean? I got that saying, at least I heard it from a guy named John Rickey from B&M Auto Body in New Windsor, New York. Probably one of the best body guys I've ever met in my life. And a pretty damn good mechanic in his own right too. But he used to say that to people, because people would come in, with total clapped out vehicles and wanting to restore them or do whatever. But what does that actually mean? Well, it applies to stuff I do too. And you're going to see tomorrow with a video that I'm going to make of a car that's at the shop that got towed in for me. So what does it actually mean? Well, you could take an absolute turd of a car and you can sink as much money as you want into it to try to make it look good or run halfway decent. But in the end, you're still going to have that turd. So I remember working with him, and I mean, people would just come in with stuff that was just junk. I mean, junk. And, a car that, why would you put $10,000 into a car that you can replace for $5,000? I mean, I can understand some cars with sentimental value. But I mean, we had people that spent tons and tons of money. I saw people spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on restoring a car that you could buy a replacement for $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, $20,000, whatever. It just doesn't matter. But even when it comes to stuff that I do, I get people coming in and they want to fix a car, and I'm like, okay, well, it needs X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z by the time you're done is going to cost you $5,000. Well, they want to fix it. Why? You could buy a much nicer car, the same car, even nicer, for the same $5,000. Because by the time I'm done, you're still going to have a 230,000 mile car. You're still going to have a car with a 230,000 mile transmission, 230,000 mile wheel bearings, 230,000 mile air conditioning system, power steering system, you name it. It's all going to still be the same, even though I just did all this motor to the work to this motor. Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense, is what it is. But I like to try to inform people and tell them, hey, this is not worth doing what you want to do. And I will downright refuse to work on a car if people don't want to listen to me, people don't want to believe what I have to say. And it does happen. People are really like, oh, I don't care, I just want you to fix it. Well, no, I'm not going to fix it, because you're going to really regret putting this money into it. And it happens. It happens more often than you actually realize. Hang on. And I've actually had people, this is what actually led to this. I've had people where I've told them over and over, don't fix this car. And, they come by with cash for me to fix the car. And I'm like, okay, I'll fix it. But you still got to understand, when I'm done, you're still going to have this turd. And sure enough, they put money into it and they go down the road and then they're very unhappy. And I've actually had people badmouth me over situations like that. So that's why I don't get involved in that anymore. I refuse. If you don't want to take my advice, that's fine. You don't have to. But I'm not going to be the one to fix it either. So it's kind of like the old saying, speed costs money. How fast do you want to go? How much money do you want to spend to go fast? Same thing with your car. Why would, I don't know. Let's take my Caravan here. It's got 240,000 miles on it now. It's got rotted quarter panels. It's got some body damage on it, but it runs excellent. But what am I going to do if, let's say, something happens and the motor goes for some unknown reason? Am I going to put another motor in this thing? No way. No way am I going to put another motor in this thing. At that point, it becomes a parts vehicle, and I'll buy another vehicle. I'll buy another Caravan. I mean, I love the Caravan to the point where I'll buy another one. But I'm not going to sink a ton of money into this car anymore. It's just not worth it. But I'll have people that come in, oh, it's my only means of transportation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't sink that kind of money into it. So I've learned from past mistakes of fixing people's cars that should never have been fixed. And, then you wind up in arguments with people. You get people that are mad at you because you actually fixed what you told them they shouldn't fix. And like I said, it does happen. So I can make dog shit look like ice cream, but I can't make it taste good. Boy, is that the truth. And that goes for everything too. I mean, it goes for You know, you HVAC guys that work on houses, you know, there comes a point where that HVAC system needs to be replaced. You know, you plumbers, it comes to a point where that water heater needs to be replaced. The furnace needs to be replaced. You know, you can keep sinking money into it, but to what end? It's like anything else. Everything has a usable lifespan. Like if this van was in mint condition, like had it been from down here and it didn't have rot on the quarter panels and stuff like that, yeah, I would probably put a motor in it because I know the vehicle that well. I'd probably buy another one. I'd probably buy a wrecked one and take the motor and transmission out and swap it into here. But you know, underneath it, the frame's not rotted or anything else, but it has a heavy amount of rust on it to where probably in the next 2 years, it's probably going to start poking holes elsewhere to where I'm going to be like, okay, now it's time to get rid of this van. My dad actually, I think I mentioned this in another story, my dad had a Dodge Omni, had over 300,000 miles on it. He finally stopped driving it because he was afraid my mom was going to fall through the floor on the other side of the car. I mean, it rotted out that bad. But hey, New York winters, you guys in the Rust Belt, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, all right, I just thought I'd share that with you. I just thought it was a great topic to discuss. All right, guys, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe too. And if you want, share my videos. You know, share it with your friends, whatever. That's fine by me. I don't care. Every little bit helps. So, and I know I've been mentioning in the past about something big coming up, and it's looking like, hopefully, it's looking like end of July, around the weekend of the 22nd, if everything goes according to plan, which, fingers crossed, it's going to. So, look for a big announcement around the 21st, 22nd, if everything goes according to plan. All right, that's about it. Hope you guys had a great day. Keep wrenching.